Clara and Liam had what most would call a perfect life. A charming suburban home, a garden Clara tended to with loving care, and a love that seemed freshly lifted from the pages of a romance novel. Liam was attentive, successful, and loved her deeply. Or so Clara believed. The first crack in her perfect reality appeared on a Tuesday evening. Clara was in the bathroom removing her makeup when she noticed it. As her right hand swiped a cotton pad across her face, her reflection's hand hesitated. For a split second, the woman in the mirror paused, her glass eyes locked on Clara's with an intensity that sent a chill down her spine. Clara blinked, shook her head. It must be fatigue, a trick of the light. But the next day, it happened again. While brushing her teeth, her reflection stopped abruptly and glanced toward the door, as if hearing a sound Clara couldn't. Fear began to take root, a weed in her perfect garden. The incidents became more frequent, more brazen. The reflection began to communicate. One night, while Liam was at the office working late, Clara watched her reflection raise a trembling hand and trace letters onto the glass, fogged from her shower. D-R-A-W. Clara's heart hammered. Which drawer? She raced to Liam's home office, a space she rarely entered. There was a single, locked drawer in his desk. She had always assumed it held confidential work documents. Now, a poisonous doubt bloomed in her mind. Paranoia became her constant companion. She watched Liam, searching for signs of betrayal. The late-night calls he took in a hushed voice, the times he came home smelling of a perfume that wasn't hers. Her reflection egged her on. It would point to Liam's phone when he left it on the nightstand. It would scowl with fury when Liam kissed her. The woman in the mirror seemed to hate him, and she was teaching Clara to do the same. One afternoon, the reflection spelled out a name on the mirror. Eliza. The name hit Clara like a physical blow. Eliza. That was the perfume she smelled on him. With trembling hands, she searched social media and found her. Eliza was a colleague of Liam's, stunning and smiling in every photo. Rage consumed her, hot and overwhelming. Her reflection smiled, a cold, victorious smirk. That night, the woman in the mirror gave her most terrifying warning yet. She looked directly at Clara, her eyes filled with a dark panic, and mouthed two words slowly. "He will kill you." Absolute terror seized Clara. It all clicked into place. The lies, the secrecy, the locked drawer. He was planning to get rid of her, to be with Eliza. She had to act first. The next day, while Liam was in the shower, Clara found the spare key to the drawer in his suit jacket. Heart pounding against her ribs, she unlocked it. Inside, there were no love letters or murder plots. There was a single file folder. Inside the folder were papers. They were medical records, articles on psychosis and schizophrenia, and a prescription. The name on the prescription wasn't Liam's. It was hers, Clara Mendez. There was also a letter, written from Clara's mother to Liam, dated just before her death years ago. The letter detailed her mother's battle with a severe mental illness, one that made her see things, that twisted her reality until she could no longer tell what was real. It ended with a plea. "Take care of my Clara. Watch for the signs. Don't let her end up like me." Just then, the office door opened. Liam stood there, wrapped in a towel, his face a mask of infinite sadness. "Clara, I was just trying to help you," he said, his voice cracking. "The late-night calls, they were with Dr. Eris, Eliza Eris. She's a psychiatrist specializing in your mother's condition. I was so scared." Clara stared at him, the man she loved, the man she'd become convinced was a monster. And she felt nothing, just a cold, hollow void. The puzzle pieces in her mind didn't click. His explanation sounded like a lie, a clever manipulation. The woman in the mirror had told her the truth. Liam was the enemy. "You're lying," she whispered, her voice not her own. She backed away, stumbling out of the office, running back to the one place she felt safe, to the one person she trusted, the bathroom. She stood before the mirror, expecting her reflection to validate her, to show the rage she felt. But the woman in the glass wasn't angry. She was devastated. Her shoulders were slumped in despair, her face a mask of grief. The reflection's eyes, once filled with accusatory fury, were now brimming with tears and a deep, sorrowful compassion. And for the first time, Clara noticed the details. The deep, dark circles under the reflection's eyes, the matted hair, the chapped lips. The woman in the mirror looked older, worn down by a pain Clara was only just beginning to understand. The reflection raised her hand, not in anger, but in sad tenderness. She pressed her palm against the glass, as if she could reach through and comfort her. And then she mouthed a single, silent sentence that shattered what was left of Clara's world. "I tried to warn you. It never was. It wasn't a warning about Liam. It never was. It was a warning about herself, about the encroaching darkness, the same one that had consumed her mother. The reflection wasn't a separate entity. It was her future self, trapped on the other side of the glass, watching helplessly as her past self succumbed to the same illness, reinterpreting love as betrayal and concern as malice. Clara looked down at her own hands, then back to the mirror. The desperate woman staring back at her was her destiny. The monster wasn't her husband. The monster was coming from inside, and it was already too late to stop it. This story was a presentation from Shadow Tales.